here they are. Here they are. I am so excited. Okay, these are my new Stranger Things tarot deck that was given to me by a friend, my friend Mario. Thank you, Mario, who loves Stranger Things too, but probably not as much as me because I'm obsessed. There's the guidebook. Okay. So I'm gonna start reading from the Stranger Things deck. And they're gonna be a different kind of reading. So the Magical Hours Tarot, if you'll see my other readings, you'll see the kind of readings I do about that. That's a lot about like the collective energy, manifesting abundance, how are we feeling, what is it something that we should know, you know, that kind of stuff. But with this deck, it's different. Now I've been playing with them a little, so I'll show you like just from the bottom. So you see it's the 6 of dice. So I had to give myself a little cheat sheet here because they follow the traditional. They're following the traditional. All the majors are there. Like the fire, which is wands, are strands. Earth with pentacles in this deck is the scoops. Dice is air, which is swords in the traditional, and spokes is water, which is cups, right? So it takes me like a minute. Like I have to think, like I'm going like, oh wait, okay. So as I'm reading and I get something, I'm like, oh, like, you know, 6 of dice. What's dice again? Oh, okay, 6 of swords. What is 6 of swords, right? So I'm like working it through, but what should I read on? I mean, if you watch the show, you know it's about the upside down world, right? I feel like we're living in an upside down world, so maybe I should read on world events. You know, what do you think? Let me ask my pendulum. Okay. Well, first off, show me. Let me try to keep my hand straight. Stop. Okay, show me yes. Okay, that's yes. Show me no. Okay, that's no. Okay. Now, I already decided with this deck, even though the other ones I don't read the upside down in this deck, I am going to be reading the upside down meanings because, I mean, how could I not? That would be ridiculous, right? Like not reading the Stranger Things when it comes out upside down. No, I can't do that. Okay. So, should I read... Wait, I haven't asked yet. It's vibrating in my hand. It knows. Should I read on more world events with this deck? Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm getting a pretty strong yes. I should read on world events. Is our world upside down right now? Okay. So. Yeah, oh yeah, okay. So I'm gonna read on world events. Now, you're gonna have to bear with me. I may have to look in my book a little bit because like I said, it's new. So I'm just gonna put it here. Oh, let me tell you really quick. So it's written by Casey Gilly and illustrated by Sandor. Please forgive me, I'm probably not pronouncing this right. Sale. I'm going to show you if you want to see inside. You can screenshot it so you can see who wrote it and who it is, who designed the cards. Okay. All right. So we're going to read on world events. So, what is the first world event we want to read on? Oh, look. We got the Fool popped out. I will read the pop outs in this deck. Now the Fool is, you know, new beginnings. So I think that's pretty funny how a new beginning just popped out of my new deck. I love it. All right, let's do a 3-card spread on what is the state, how do I want to ask this? How about like, what is the emotional undercurrent of the United States right now? How's that? We'll start like a little easy. So we're still asking about energy. Like, what is the energy and the emotional state of the U.S. right now? What is the undercurrent and the emotional state of the United States of America right now? Okay. What is the emotional state and the undercurrent, the emotions of the United States right now? Okay. So with these, I split these in two, and then I can like shuffle a little bit, which I like to do. Kind of wears out the cards. I can't really do that with the other ones. And these aren't as slippery, but they do kind of get stuck together. I noticed, so I have to be, okay, what is the undercurrent and the emotional state? See, yeah, they get like stuck together of the United States right now. And I'm sure as the more I use them, the more they're gonna get worn, and then they won't stick together as much. That's why I like to do that. So I'm gonna do this one more time and then cut them a few times, and then we'll go from there. Okay. If you stayed with me this long, I appreciate it. The first time I'm reading these. All right. What is the emotional state of the U.S. right now? What's the undercurrent of the emotional state of the U.S. right now? All right. So we got the High Priestess. I've gotten Elle as the High Priestess a lot since I have been reading this deck, which has only been a handful of days. Okay. The Knight of Spokes. Okay, so the Knight of Spokes is, spokes are water, right? Oh, here, sorry. So you can see the cards. Spokes are water. And then we have the 8 of Strands, and strands are wands. Okay, so that's like our passion. So water's our emotion. I'm just gonna start with the 3-card spreads. Like, I've been practicing doing the Celtic cross spread for myself, but with this deck, it's a little bumpy on it until I figure it out, so I don't wanna waste everybody's time watching. Okay, so right away we have the High Priestess, which I like. Okay, I'm gonna keep my little cheat sheet of strands, scoops, spokes, and dice, so I know what I'm talking about. Okay. So, what do we know about the High Priestess? Who is the High Priestess? But look at her. So, if you watch the show, you know it's Elle, right? And Elle, what does Elle represent? She is like, how can I explain it? Elle is about mystery, right? And she is about her intuition and her inner wisdom, right? That's what the High Priestess represents. And it's also about the unseen realms. So I'm asking about the undercurrent of the U.S. right now. And the High Priestess comes out. So this is me thinking that below the surface, energetically and collectively, there is a growing movement, okay, of people, and women especially, who are at the point where they are going within and they are trusting their intuition, And what we collectively are seeing, we're not buying the bullshit anymore. We're not buying it any longer, okay? We know what's really going on. We can't be gaslighted anymore. And there is a growing energy that is rippling across, that is happening. Now, you're not going to see it a lot in the mainstream news because mainstream news is a joke. You will see more stuff on social media, or you're on YouTube, or if you go to social media content creators who are actually reporting real news. But you saw, if you saw any images of the last No Kings March, that gives you an idea of what is bubbling under the surface. And also the divine feminine is stepping forward, okay? Now spokes, what did I say spokes was? Water. This is our emotions. And it's the knight, right? And the knight is the action taker. So having these two coming out next to each other is really, really interesting. So this is our intuition. This is how we're feeling. We're trusting what we're feeling. We're not buying the BS, right? We're trusting our own wisdom. And then we have how we are stepping forward we are taking action. We emotionally, right? Water is our emotions. We're taking action. And a perfect example is the No Kings March. From last I heard, and I'm sure it wasn't reported fully, the numbers, 8 million people protested the No Kings March. And that's just the U.S. I mean, there were protests worldwide. And of course, I love that it's Steve represented as the knight, because if you would think about Steve as a character in Stranger Things, you're going to see him pop up in different ways, but he completely embodies this energy of the knight. He is the action taker. He has passion. He has movement. We aren't going to sit on the sidelines anymore. We are taking active movement steps because we're sick of the bullshit and we're not taking it anymore. And that's how we're feeling, right? That is how we are feeling collectively. So that is also what is flowing, water, the undercurrent of the energy right now of the people in the United States. Now, obviously, not everybody is feeling this, but enough of us are that it's registering collectively. Okay? Enough of us are feeling this. Now, strands are wands. Wands is our energy, our passion, our creativity. Strands could even be like thinking outside of the box. Like, what is lighting the way for you? You see the lights here, the strands, right? And you think of Joyce hanging up the lights to communicate with Will. So eights can be about obstacles and barriers, right? And we are up against obstacles and barriers, right? We're feeling the pressure. We're feeling the pressure of these obstacles and these barriers that have been enforced on us. But there is strength and there is mastery behind this and progression. And having these two in front, I'm going to hold them all up so you can see them at the same time. Having these two in front, this is what is behind us. So if there are any obstacles and barriers that we are facing right now, have faith that we are pushing through. And this is going to keep growing and growing and growing, right? Let me know. What do you see? What are you thinking? What are you feeling when you're seeing these cards? You see how tightly wound? You see how tightly wound the 8 8, right? Yeah. Roman numerals. I have to remember Roman numerals again. The 8 of Strands, right? Because think about the pressure that the government and everything is putting on everybody, right? It's just the compression. It's too much. And women are rising. And we are going to be charging forth as the knight. We're not going to be sitting there and allowing this compression to happen anymore. We are going to be moving and moving and moving forward. All right, let me see if there's something on the bottom of the deck. Like I said, I'm just learning this deck right now. All right, so on the bottom of the deck is the 9 of scoops, not spokes. Say that 10 times fast. The 9 of scoops, and scoops are earth. Scoops is our bodies, our physical bodies, is money, is our health, and 9s are about culmination. So we are learning the lessons that we needed to learn, and things are coming to fruition and they're coming to fulfillment, and we're nearing a completion. All right, so hold on. The energy that is underneath is bubbling, is moving, is trusting, is collectively growing. We aren't going to be held down by the constraints anymore, and we're think of it as like a birthing. We are learning the lessons, and things are going to be moving, and things are going to be coming to fruition. All right? All right. Okay. Now, thank you very much. That was my very first public reading with my new Stranger Things tarot deck, which I just love because I'm going to be using the essence of the characters too in the readings. Because it's fun, and why not? And there you go. Let me know your thoughts. If you're here and you watched this first video, thank you so much. I would love it if you would let me know you were here and what you think. I'm very excited to get even deeper in tarot and seeing how Stranger Things in the upside down world is relating to our upside down world. Okay, I hope everybody is well and staying safe, and I will see you next time. Bye.